Race-specific genes, and again, you've heard this term, they are also known as all-stage genes or major genes. They are not durable when deployed as, I should say they are not as durable when deployed as single genes and not as durable as if they were deployed in combination. Especially true if the variety occupies a very large area or if the gene confers an inadequate level of protection under high disease pressure. An example of this would be the SRTMP gene that was just overcome in Kenya on the cultivar robin and Digaloo on the cultivar Digaloo in Ethiopia. These genes, single genes, have all been defeated by the UG99 family. And there is a suggestion that these are genes that could be used in pyramids or in combinations. How to decide which genes should be pyramided is at least as important as how many should be pyramided. Pyramids can be especially effective if the genes have different modes of action. There is then less potential for cross-resistance, and so here are some of the classes that I'm able to find in the literature that describe a different mode of action than others. So there's the MBS-LRR class, the pattern recognition receptor class, the ABC transporter class. How many other ones, Zach?
That would be what I know.
Yeah, but it would seem logical that if you use a gene from this class and from this class, rather than two genes from this class, that you would have a better chance of durability. But we've never tested that either, I guess. So this is the resistance to the UG99 race group in 656 lines distributed internationally in CIMMYT nurseries. And Ravi has them ranked according to, or categorizes according to high to adequate. And high to adequate means they're either near immune, or they're resistant, or resistant to moderately resistant, or MRMS. So that is Ravi's categorization of high to adequate APR. And this is the number of entries in that category with adult plant resistance. That is adequate. And this is just a listing of the race-specific genes. And this also is published in the paper that is not out yet. So those are the genes that are currently in the CIMMYT germplasm that show resistance to the UG99 family of pathotypes. So there's 329 of those APR lines, and 141 of those with race-specific genes. What I'm not sure, but I rather expect that these are not pyramided. In other words, those are 21 lines that have only SR13, and those are 10 lines that have only SR25. But I'm not sure of that.
A lot of them will have at least SR2.
Yeah,
There will
okay.
be something else.
Okay, so there would logically, I mean, likely be an SR2 gene along with those. Identifying sources of parental germplasm. Sources of germplasm that are available to you can be ranked on their similarity to commercially available varieties. For example, if I were crossing, I would make sure I would gain access to the latest commercial cultivars. I would have a list of elite breeding lines. I would likely have a list of not so elite lines, but some character or a few characters that are superior that I would want to integrate into my germplasm. And again, you can go to introductions from a gene bank, and or you can get some transgen or some genes coming from alien species as well. The further you are down the line, the more work you have to do in your breeding program or pre-breeding program.